But no, Sam Tripoli, man,
I get what you're saying.
A guy who's despised on the internet, a guy who, like I said, was once a Rogan disciple, kind of fell off, is known for being kind of a wild card sort of guy. You never know what you're going to get with him. But what you can expect to get is that he is just going to bring stupidity to any conversation that he's in. So he has 8 different podcasts. He's got a conspiracy podcast. He's got a financial podcast, which listen, I'm just going to say this now. If you're taking financial advice...
We're no financial experts, but we do know.
But we do know if you're taking financial advice from Samuel L. Tripoli, then you have some serious daddy issues. Sam is also known, let me just point this out before we jump into this. Sam is also known for getting pissed and copyright striking content creators for covering his podcast online.
Bring it on.
Maybe we're next.
So
another notch in our belt, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with ITP, bro.
Dude. He looks like he's on Zoom.
This is a Zoom show. Talk about zero substance.
Piss poor quality.
Right. Each guy has a different camera. All their audios are messed up. How are you going to have like an intro like this and then have the camera quality of a fucking something that like looks like it was recorded in like 1927? Like, the old crank films, like
the grainy black and white footage.
Yeah. And it was a struggle to get the 4,000. And it's like you're doing 8 other podcasts, bro. It's like you're getting paid. You have your own website. Like you're doing fine, or are you? Because if you were doing okay, doing 8 podcasts and you're doing comedy and this, that, and the third, it's like you wouldn't put it on Patreon. But the fact that you are, it leads me to believe that you're struggling financially. Look at this hat.
It's an upside down Dodgers hat. What the fuck is that?
It speaks to his character, dude.
That's like when you go to the flea market and some guy's selling out of a trash bag. He's got like baseball hats for sale, and you get a Dodgers hat.
The only guy who really has any ground to stand on, like I said, is Howie Dewey. And I think maybe Howie Dewey, man, if you're listening to this, Howie, maybe you should go off and start your own podcast, man, because you don't need Sam. Maybe you and Johnny, maybe you guys go off and do your own thing, and you guys start a Patreon. Don't let Sam get a cut out of the money just because of a name. Everyone else follows you. Maybe it's time you go off and start your own show. Cut Sam Tripoli out of your life, man, because this guy is only holding you down. I mean, for Christ's sake, he's trying to become a wizard.
Person energy. I'm trying to become a wizard.
Let's see what the guys do. Do they make something big out of it? Does Sam bring out a cake? Does somebody say, hey, surprise, 100 episode, man, congratulations, Sam, like, thank you, whatever the case is. Or Howie, man, like, you've really been a staple on the show. Happy 100 to you, man. No, this is what we're going to get.
Get that, but I'm telling you, man.
Happy 100th, guys.
What's that?
Happy 100th episode.
100th episode? Was this?
And look at Howie. He's like, oh my God.
Again, this is what? At the very end of the show. So what's the timestamp on that? 58:07. This is an hour podcast.
Hour 32 and 50.
So they got 2 minutes left of this
2 minutes
show.
left.
And they dropped this.
When you spend your hard-earned money, when you go to their Patreon, this is when you're going to expect.
For new episodes of In the Pink podcast, make sure to tune in on Facebook and YouTube every Friday night at 8 p.m.